Hello.
How's it going, Jazzy?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Not too bad. I'm a little bummed because my pool day got ruined today. It was going to be the first pool day of the season, and
Oh no.
yeah, I had a little hiccup, but and it was going to be the only pool day this week. So I'm kind of
No.
sad. Maybe I'm hoping the
Oh,
weather will change, but it's supposed to
oh,
rain and storm like the rest of the week. I don't
that's a bummer.
know. It's all good.
Yeah.
Um, you're with A-Hole Queens. Welcome if you haven't been here before. If you have, welcome back. I'm Kelly. This is Jasmine, and we
Hello.
are here to judge some Redditors. We've got Wild Marjoram here with us. Hey, Wild Marjoram.
There.
Um,
Here.
so if you are tuning in for the first time, we do this every Monday live. There's a live chat. We don't actually. This is one that we don't take calls on, but we definitely go through all your comments and everything. So feel free to make use of the chat and judge some Redditors with us. Let us know what you think about some of these submissions, because we don't want to be the only ones judging people, even though they asked for it.
They definitely asked for it.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to start us off with the first one?
Sure.
All right. Let me bring it up here. Okay.
Am I the a-hole for going to HR because my coworker keeps making bacon in the office? Strong start.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, I'm so beyond done with this shit. this Muslim guy recently got hired at work. He's a good guy, personable, gets his work done, etc. Trouble is, there are these two women who sit close to him who are so gross and bigoted. They have taken to cooking bacon in the microwave every day just to piss him off. Evidently, they're so fucking stupid that they think a Muslim being somewhat physically close to bacon isn't allowed or something. And you know what? If this had been a one-off, then maybe it wouldn't have been that much of a big deal. But these two clowns won't stop. New coworker realized after a couple of days that they were doing this to target him, but he won't say anything about it. Maybe he doesn't want to rock the boat since he's new. Knowledge is power, however. Under federal and state law, a hostile work environment affects anyone in the office and anyone can make a complaint, not just the targeted person. So that's what I did. I emailed HR, described the situation, and demanded that something be done about it. A couple hours ago, both of my shitty bigot coworkers stood up and walked to the HR director's office. Even though I wasn't expecting that they'll get fired outright, if that's what ends up happening, then I don't think I feel bad about it. But should I? Am I the a-hole for going to HR over this? Should I have done something different?
No, not the a-hole.
No. You're a perfect baby angel. You are a blessed gift from above.
Yes.
What a beautiful thing to do.
Yes. And if these women end up getting fired, I'm so happy for you and your Muslim coworker.
Absolutely. Addition by subtraction.
So throw a party, you're justified.
I'm sorry, but cooking bacon in the microwave at work every day, that's going to be such a mess. Like, how, ugh.
Oh my God.
Like, I love bacon, but there's a line. That's too much.
You know what? They should retaliate by burning popcorn in the microwave.
Ooh.
Although that would piss off everybody, though.
Yeah.
That is like the worst smell. I swear to God, that's
is.
Worse than fish.
Mm-hmm. It lasts longer.
Yeah. Oh God, it's so like I could be starving, and if I smell burnt popcorn, I completely lose my appetite.
It's over for me.
But
I just can't think about how greasy a microwave would be, where someone's microwaving. Like, even if you're cleaning it between, it's still going to be so gross,
right?
At least so much residue.
Wild Margin says, "I love bacon, but not when it is used for racism." Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, no kidding. That was
Leave bacon out of your bigotry, please.
yeah. Yeah, we got started with a heartwarming one. Bacon
That was a nice
bigotry.
one.
All right. Let me go to the next one. I added comments to this next one, so this I'm guessing should be good. Am I the a-hole for not accepting my dad's bribe? About 4 weeks ago, my male 17, older sister Sarah, female 21, had to empty out her apartment and move all her things back home. Her rent had increased a lot, and her landlord was slow in making repairs. Our parents, male 53 and female 52, offered to store most of her belongings in our basement until she finds a new place to live in for when she starts school again in the fall. Our house's basement has kind of been my personal space where I usually hang out with my friends or play video games. However, with Sarah's things taking up nearly all the space, and there's no longer any space for me and my buddies, I understand she's in a tough spot, but I am becoming more annoyed with this. Yesterday evening, I sat down with my dad and told him that I needed some space in the basement. My dad listened and said that he acknowledged my situation. He said that he understood the inconvenience, but kept mentioning that Sarah was in a tough spot and that the arrangement was temporary. When I pointed it's been 4 weeks, he again asked me for patience. When I tried to continue the conversation, my dad interrupted me. He suggested that he could pay me rent for the basement and allow Sarah's belongings to stay there. He started pulling out his wallet and everything. I was annoyed by this as I thought he was being dismissive and I refused his offer. My dad was pretty surprised by this and rescinded his offer and apologized for not fully listening to me. He then said that he was serious about paying me for the remaining time that the basement was being occupied, but I yelled at him saying that he had completely missed what I was telling him. He got frustrated and said that I needed to be more empathetic. When I tried to speak up again, he told me that there was no longer anything to discuss. Am I the a-hole? Update. For those wondering, yeah, I've got my own room, but it isn't nearly as spacious as the basement. Anyway, I mentioned my irritation with the situation to my mom this evening, as I don't think my dad will be receptive to it anymore, and she thinks that I'm being unfair. She said while she does understand that I'm upset, this was the only tenable solution and that I had to be more accommodating in how I have other options for space. She even said that right now, Sarah's need for that space trumps yours. I wanted to press the issue further, but my mom started giving me her "you're in trouble if you keep talking" face, so I decided to drop it. I understand that Sarah's in a tough spot, but I can't help but feel that I'm being overlooked and ignored by my parents. Oh,
You're the a-hole, bro. It's been
I hate
4 weeks. Oh
I
my
hate saying that
god.
because I hate judging minors.
Mm-hmm. The
But this kid is an a-hole.
entitlement, though.
Oh my god, seriously.
Wow.
Like I just can't the way they're talking, like they can't believe that that his parents he can't believe that his parents would act like that.
Right?
I mean, what the hell?
It's been like you expect her to have found a new place to live in 4 weeks. Like
Yeah.
I know he's 17 and like probably has no idea how anything works, but like, come on, buddy.
Oh my god. And his dad offering to pay him rent?
Yeah. And then he yelled at his dad for not getting it.
Oh my god. I
Get out
have
of
a
here.
feeling like I want to say that the dad was so sweet for doing that, but I have a
Mhm.
feeling that these parents might have coddled him too much.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some like I don't know, like I'm trying to even think of an apt comparison. This
Yeah.
is just real spoiled baby vibes. Like
Yeah.
your dad's offering to pay you rent on a space that he owns
Yeah.
because your sister's stuff is there and you can't play video games down there with your friends when you also have an additional space that you can use.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I mean, I can understand. I never had, like, growing up, the house that I grew up in, we didn't have a finished basement.
Mm-hmm.
So our basement was like basically just for storage and where the washer and dryer were, and like my dad had a workshop in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um so if I had friends over, we were hanging out in my room. Um Granted, I had a pretty big bedroom, but still, like, we didn't have I had other friends that had finished basements and that we would hang out in.
Mm-hmm.
Um and so I can understand, like, if you're used to having that, it probably sucks to have it taken away. But
Temporarily.
yeah, I know.
Temporarily.
Yeah, oh god, that's so annoying. So
Have you
annoying.
have you ever watched The Office?
Oh yeah.
This reminds me of Andy being like, "This is the hardest thing I've had to do in my life. My life
Yes.
hasn't been very hard."
Yes.
That's it right there.
The kid is 17. He should be happy with what he's got. Yeah.
Yes.
No kidding. Oh my god. Yeah. This kid is entitled as hell. Um so the next one, I'll let you read the next one.
Yeah.
This one is the one that I had comments on. So that'll be on the last page.
For sure.
Here we go.
Am I the a-hole for telling my sister-in-law I won't change my 4-month-old daughter's name for her? I gave birth to my daughter Ember 4 months ago. My husband and I both love her name, and that's how it was chosen. We announced the day she was born, and nobody said anything negative or gave a reason for us not to use it. I say this because 3 days ago, my sister-in-law, who is married to my brother, sat me down and asked me to change the name because it is the name of her stillborn daughter she had with her ex-husband 7 years ago. She told me she tried to keep it quiet, but she couldn't keep calling my daughter Ember because it was such a painful reminder for her. She told me she really feels like we should change her name. I gently told my sister-in-law that my daughter was 4 months old and her name was on her birth certificate, and it would cost us to change it, so we will not. She's told me she tried so hard not to say anything, and the fact that she did eventually break and bring this up should show how hard it was for her and make me more willing to change the name for her sake. I told my husband about it afterwards, and he felt the same way I did. He told me it seemed like a weak excuse to wait almost 5 months to tell us when she had the chance long before this. My brother found out about the conversation with his wife and reached out and told me that she mentioned it to him 2 months ago, and she was battling with asking us to change the name since, but he understands why I said no and supports the decision. Yesterday, she reached out to me again and asked if we had decided on a new name yet, and I told her my answer is still no, and she asked why, and I told her she had waited 4 months to tell us. She became very angry very quickly and told me if she had lost my niece in response, it would be different, and I should see it as her losing my niece because she would have been if she were alive. She also told me my daughter is going to grow up always hearing about the cousin I gave her the same name as, and that I should reconsider before burdening my daughter with that. She told me a good person with good morals would.
Ooh.
I also should mention I knew she had suffered a pregnancy loss, but it was implied she had a miscarriage far earlier and not a stillborn child. I never knew the name or the sex, and I never ever heard her use the name for her daughter. Am I the a-hole?
Okay, there's a comment here. Now the white is what this person Arklet is replying to. So the main comment is in the black. And she's responding to this person is responding to the person in white.
Okay. I find it extremely difficult to believe that in 7 years your sister-in-law has never met anyone or even a pet named Ember Or has she, as she insists that person that changed the name also. Ignoring how common the name Ember actually is, it depends on where someone lives. It's obvious that the degree of how uncomfortable someone is with the name changes based on context. Learning that your friend's mother is called Ember won't cause the same emotional response as having to go to Ember's first birthday party or learning that Ember learned how to walk. It's really not that hard to get why having to be around a baby named Ember is hard when you were meant to have a baby named Ember that died. I still think the sister-in-law is out of line and expecting it to happen, but it's not as absurd as you're making it out to be.
I included that because I thought it was a really good comment.
Yeah, that's very solid.
Yeah. I definitely think the sister-in-law is being an a-hole.
Yeah. I agree.
I understand why it would be hard for her.
Yes.
And I think that if she had said something like, if they had found out they were having a girl and she had told her she wanted to name her Ember, and the sister-in-law brought it up immediately, I think that would have been fine. Because even though that's a big ask, that's
really
like
hard. That's a really hard situation.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to include that comment because I just, that person brought up a really good point. But yeah, she's waited too long.
Yeah. I have empathy for her and I understand that that's a terrible situation, but it's the expiration window has closed. Like, is she going to pay for the name change? I mean, I don't that's the baby's name now. You can't, she's already gotten accustomed to hearing it and being called it. Like,
yeah.
Not,
I mean, she's being kind of an asshole about it though, too.
Yes.
Like talking about, burdening the child.
Yes.
With, like, what? And then, saying a person with good morals. Which
that's not cool.
Yeah. Yeah, not at all. I love the name Ember though. I think it's a great name.
We actually, one of our housemates here was named Ember and she passed away last year. So it was a little weirdly. It's okay. Well, not okay, but yeah, she's with us. So she's a good energy.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Maybe Wild Marjoram said maybe they could make a nickname out of Ember. Emmy Berry. Yeah, I mean they could, they should.
Point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a great opportunity for her and her aunt to have a special nickname that's just for the two of them, even.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Instead of being a dick about it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great compromise. Like it's not gonna, even though the aunt knows her name is Ember, it's not gonna have the same context if like she's invited to Emmy's first birthday party. You know what I mean? It's not gonna have the same, like, she's not gonna have the same emotional response.
Yeah.
But I think that's a great idea. Good suggestion, Wild Marjoram. All right, let me grab the next one here. Am I wrong for feeling this way about my stepdad? My stepdad has been with my mom since I was 9. My father died when I was 7, and my stepdad has taken a fatherly role for me. I'm now 25. My stepdad has 2 of his own daughters from his previous marriage. His ex-wife allegedly prevented him from seeing his daughters, and this has been an ongoing source of contention between him and my mom, as he blames her for being the cause of this. My stepdad makes significantly more money than my mom, which he also often holds against her. Our relationship began to shift when I met my current boyfriend of 4 years, as my stepdad did not approve of him being uneducated and working in a restaurant. My boyfriend was 20 and saving up to go to post-secondary. I never argued with him about his opinion of my boyfriend, as at the time I was living with my parents and still in school. My stepdad made a big fuss about not feeling comfortable having my boyfriend in his home and constantly complained to my mom about him and about my living habits. Although he would never talk to me about these issues himself, instead he would tell on me to my mom. Almost immediately when I finished school, he pushed my mom to start charging me rent or I could move out. Now, my boyfriend has completed post-secondary, and we are both living in his parents' basement, paying discount rent and saving money while both working full-time. I'm not very close with my stepdad anymore, as he puts lots of effort into spending lost time with his daughters, but not me. I go over to my parents' house often to help them out with chores, as they both have health issues, and I am their first contact if they are in trouble or need help. I'm very close with my mom and try to help her as much as I can. One of my stepsisters, 1 year my senior, and I have become closer recently, and I have been encouraging her to have a closer relationship with her father. She and her boyfriend, who is unemployed despite having a university degree, moved in with my parents last summer, but my parents got fed up with her boyfriend living off of them for free, so they ended up moving out 4 months later to a very nice apartment. They are financially struggling as my stepsister is supporting both of them. So my stepdad offered her to move back in without the boyfriend and offered her $50K for a down payment on a house. My brother, not my stepdad's son, just bought a house and has a new baby. My mother gave him some money, $3K, but my stepdad did not. My brother and I both had jobs from 15 years old, paid for half of our post-secondary, have used cars, and less nice living situations than my stepsister. I do not feel that my stepdad owes me anything, and I am happy to work for what I have. But finding out about the $50K reminded me of a lot of other inequalities between my brother and I and them. I told my mom about my feelings, and my stepdad called me very angry, saying he doesn't owe me anything, and that he helped me my whole childhood instead of his own kids. He told me that I had him instead of them, and I should be grateful for everything he did for me as a child. I think it's crazy for him to hold against me things he did for me as a child and to make his stepdaughter's misfortune my fortune. I did not choose for my father to die and for him to marry my mother. I do not want to have a relationship with him anymore, and I don't feel that I respect him or see him as my father. I'm not sure if I'm reacting out of jealousy, and I truly don't even want his money, especially now. But I just think him doing this for his daughters is drawing a line in the sand in our family and making it really obvious he doesn't see my brother and I the same way he sees his daughters, despite choosing to be a fatherly figure to us since we were kids. Am I the a-hole? What do you think?
No. Oh no.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah. That's a tough one because like no, I don't think this person's the a-hole, but it's weird. The context is weird. Like this isn't something that I would post to Am I the a-hole about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like this person should have posted to like r/off my chest.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't really get what her complaint is exactly. Like she has a lot to complain about.
Exactly. Yeah. The situation is awful and I feel terrible for her, but I'm not sure what resolution she's looking for.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I mean, I don't think she should be surprised by anything he does.
What a terrible stepdad. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and the way, oh my God, the way he treated her boyfriend is just ridiculous. I mean, the kid was like, he was saving up money to go to school because, you know, he didn't have anybody paying for him. Like, what the hell?
That one made me sad.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's a creep. He's an asshole.
For sure.
Okay, here's the next one.
Right.
Oh, I read this one. This one, oh boy, this one got deleted. That's why it says none. This whole this is a pretty crazy one.
Oh boy. Am I the a-hole for insisting my 52 male daughter, 22 female attend my wedding? I have always been close with my daughter, even more so after the death of my late wife, her mother. For the past 16 years, it has just been the two of us against the world. I have been enthusiastically present for every part of her life, very much the doting and dutiful father. I admit that I have been a bit of a helicopter parent and have taken a hands-on approach in staying involved in my daughter's life. I was involved with all of her extracurricular activities from the time she could walk. My daughter welcomed my participation until her teen years. She didn't like that I would engage in casual relationships with her friends' mothers. I did my best to be discreet, but it usually got out. Eesh. Particularly intolerable to my daughter was the long-term sexual relationship I had with the mother of her best friend that began when my daughter was 12 and continued until she was 18. During that period, we frequently included her friend and her friend's mother in vacations and events. Her friend's father was often away on business, so I took it on myself to fulfill the parental duties in his absence. Whoo, dog. Okay. When my daughter became aware of the sexual nature of my relationship with her friend's mother, I ended the relationship at my daughter's insistence. I still included her friend in our holidays, but sorely missed the company of her mother. On a recent trip to Bali, my daughter's friend confessed that she had intimate feelings for me. Oh no. Oh no. I had never thought of her that way and insisted we not engage in any sexual behavior for the sake of my daughter while on vacation. Upon returning home, however, this young woman and I struck up an intense and passionate affair. Long story short, we are to be married in July. I expect my daughter to be happy for me, and so did my now fiance, who graciously asked my daughter to be her maid of honor. Not only did my daughter refuse, she also stated she will not attend the wedding at all. I spent my entire life putting her happiness ahead of my own, and deeply wanted her to at least share in my happiness. Am I the a-hole for insisting my daughter attend my wedding?
Oh my God.
Uh,
What an
yes.
absolute creep. What
You're a
an,
monster.
what what a total creep.
Oh my God.
I mean, okay, how long, like, I'm assuming that his daughter has been friends with this girl since they were both very, very, very
He
young.
was in a relationship with this girl's mom for
Yes.
6 years.
While she was married.
Yes. Ew.
And he was like
Oh,
sleeping with all of his daughter's friends' moms. Like, what?
yes.
Does this guy have a golden penis? Like,
it feels like grooming to me. It
oh, it
really
totally
does.
does. It absolutely does.
I mean, feel so bad for his daughter.
Yeah, I know. It's so gross. It's so gross.
And
Like,
that's her best friend. That's her best friend. You can't control yourself and not sleep with an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
You expect your daughter to be happy for you?
Oh,
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
Yeah,
gross. Gross and bad.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. I don't understand why he would be surprised by her reaction.
Right?
Like,
how would you really expect her to be happy for you?
Yeah.
No.
Same, and her friend too. Like, I don't know why she would expect.
Right?
Like, yeah, this is so gross. I mean, this guy just sounds like an absolute creep.
I used to tease my friend like that. I used to be like, "Shut up, or I'll become your stepmom." But it was a joke. Like, it's a joke. Like,
I don't think I ever had the hots for any of my friends' dads.
Oh, he was definitely not attracted to that dad.
Yeah.
It was just a threat. Just a threat.
Yeah. I used to get weird vibes from a couple of my friends' dads. Like I felt kind of icky around them. Like they might be checking me out.
Because they're out there.
Yeah.
Assuming they're not the asshole in situations.
Oh, man. Oh, God. Yeah, absolutely the a-hole. No
That was the
question.
best one. Yes.
No
Massive
question.
gaping a-hole.
Oh, my God. I would love to know what this girl's mom thinks about the whole thing.
Right?
Yeah. Or what her dad thinks about it.
Yeah.
I wonder if he ever found out that.
Those two are still together even.
Yeah. God, I would love to talk to this father, to this other father.
With my
Oh
fist.
my God. Oh, I would love to. Just, on the off chance that you're watching this and this is your daughter, get in touch with us. I want to talk to you. I want to know. I want to hear your side of the whole story, and I want to hear what you think about all that.
Wow.
Oh God, what an absolute creep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Would I be the a-hole if I decide to leave because my partner doesn't want to help with our baby? I am a 22-year-old female, and I am currently 32 weeks pregnant. I am in a relationship, and I have been dating my partner for 4 years. Today, my partner and I were talking about the baby, and he was saying that if I am going to nitpick at everything he does with the baby, like I have with our dog, he now says that the dog is mine because I didn't let him discipline the dog how he saw fit. Then he will give me one warning. Then after that, he will become a couch potato and said he will have nothing to do with the baby if I don't let him do things the way he wants to. I don't want to come across as nitpicking or anything, but I'm afraid if he's feeding the baby, for example, then I can see it would be better if he lifted the baby's head or was to do something differently, that he would perceive that as nitpicking and then just give up on us. I almost feel like I have to walk on eggshells because I don't want to accidentally say the wrong thing and set him off. I feel like if he did become a couch potato and did nothing to help out, then I would want to take that baby and leave the relationship. But the thought of doing that makes me feel incredibly guilty. We also own a house together, too. TLDR, my boyfriend said that if I nitpick at everything he does with the baby and I don't allow him to parent the way he wants, he will become a couch potato and have nothing to do with the baby. I think an actual potato would be a better partner.
Yeah. Not the asshole girl. Get out. Get out of there. Get out of there.
This guy sounds like he's absolutely no good. I mean, first of all, it sounds like he wanted to abuse the dog.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And he's clearly very controlling. I don't like this. This definitely hints at abuse.
Teamwork. Like you both have to contribute. You can't say my way or nothing. Yeah. That's not how it works.
Yeah, this definitely sounds like this hints at abuse. And I really hope she gets out.
Tain't natural. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Wild Marsham said, I would have him be a couch potato at another place. He's a narcissistic man, baby. Yeah, kick him out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
She shouldn't have to go anywhere.
You don't need 2 kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she should kick him out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Am I the a-hole for giving back a jacket my son's teacher bought him? My son is 10 and enjoys being cold. He just does. He absolutely hates anything hot. It rained like crazy and was about 40 degrees. He was adamant about not wearing a hoodie unless he didn't have to wear a shirt under it. I'm not going to argue with him about it, so he went to school in a long-sleeve shirt and shorts. When I picked him up, he was wearing a puffer jacket. I asked him where did he get the jacket, and he said his teacher went to Target between classes and gave it to him. He said he told him that he didn't want it, but he made him wear it. My son said he was too hot and he was sweaty. I took the jacket and went to the teacher's classroom and said there was no need to buy my son a jacket. He started lecturing me about how cold it was and how how could I send my son to school without one. I said, first off, child, I get that you're around fourth graders all day, but I am not one of your students, so don't talk to me like I'm one. Second of all, my son refused to even wear a hoodie because he likes being cold. I had to compromise to get him to wear a long sleeve shirt because he wanted to wear just a regular shirt. I'm also not going to try to get him to wear pants because I wear shorts all the time. Yes, my kid is weird like that. He isn't going to wear this jacket ever. He said it's way too hot. I also said I'm insulted. You'd think you'd have to go out and buy him a jacket when you should have contacted me or his mom. We're not poor or neglectful. He said he didn't wish to continue the conversation and to keep the jacket. I said I'm not going to escalate this, so I'll take the jacket and toss it in the lost and found. So,
I think this is a oops all a-hole situation.
yeah. Like, I definitely get that the kid has got some idiosyncrasies and, like, you know, that's maybe something you send a note to the school about.
Yeah.
Like, my kid's just weird with redundant torso fabric and doesn't, you know, he's like, you tape the sticker to the window that says my dog is fine, the AC's on, and he's listening to Metallica or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you need to send little Jimmy to school.
Yeah.
One of those. Like, I get that this, like, the action of the teacher is incredibly thoughtful. You never know when one of your students isn't financially capable of, you know, being dressed appropriately for school. So it was a very thoughtful thing to do. But then, like, maybe call first and say, did Tyler misplace his jacket or whatever, you know, like, get some information before assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It was, yeah, it's just a bad situation all around. That teacher, ideally that teacher should have apologized for, like, you know, jumping to conclusions, but why would he apologize when the mom came in like that?
Yeah. She came in too hot.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, she called him child.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crossing a line.
Yeah. Wild Marjorie's a teacher, so I'm glad she's able to chime in here. I don't have teacher money to buy a puffer jacket. I barely have money for clothes.
That's what's up.
But why not just give the coat to another kid who wants it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's just bad. Like, I get it. The kid's not gonna wear a coat. But, like, I feel like the mom should have maybe anticipated this issue, because
yes,
like, maybe be a little more aware that there are a lot of kids whose families can't afford to buy them a coat.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's safe to make that assumption. You know what I mean? Like, it's safe it should be safe for a teacher to make that assumption. Because, like, if they ask the kid,
absolutely,
and the kid's family is too poor to buy them a coat, what's the kid going to say? You really think the kid's going to say, like, my family can't afford to buy me a coat? I mean, maybe they will, but probably not.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, the mom should have known better. She really should have. Yeah, it's Wild Marjorie said You would be amazed how parents send kids to school in winter without gloves or boots or a coat. We usually have a box of stuff for kids to wear at school if they don't have anything. That's a great idea. I think that's excellent.
I
You
love
know, if
that.
they had something like that, then this situation would have never happened.
Exactly.
Because the teacher could have been like, hey, do you need a coat? There's coats over there, you know?
If you're cold, go grab something.
Yeah. Yeah. And if the kid was cold, then he would have, but
Exactly.
he wasn't, so he didn't. he runs hot. Some people do. Okay, last one. Am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend's ex's wife about them? My girlfriend's ex's wife. Okay. So recently I started dating this girl. Very sweet and everything. But when we were dating, I discovered she wasn't over her ex. That wasn't an issue really. It only became an issue to me when she mentioned that the ex was actually married. I assumed that was the reason they broke up. She explained to me in detail how much of an asshole the guy was, how he would ghost her for days and kiss her enemy right in front of her. You'd think that would be enough for her to actually despise him, but no. She was still so in love with this guy, so much that she started stalking his wife and sending me her mugshots calling her a crazy bitch. Anyway, fast forward to some time, my girlfriend called me in the middle of the night and said she fucked up. She said she saw her ex and they talked and he gave her his necklace or some shit like that. We all know they probably did more than just talk. This was just after she told me she loved me and I said I love her back and I might have actually had genuine feelings for someone in years. Then this shit happens. After confessing, she started going on about how she still loves him and that she's confused and maybe it's best if she was alone or let's break up because I want to get back with my ex. I really tried reasoning with her and reminded her of how much of an asshole she made him seem. But nah, the heart wants what it wants. To be honest, I wasn't mad that she was thinking of getting back with her ex. I was mad about the ex she wanted to get back with. So remember the wife's mugshots she got from her stalking? They had her name. Now, what I did next was influenced by two things: bitterness and empathy. I felt bitter that after playing with my feelings like that, you're just going to choose a married guy you painted to be a dick, despite me promising you the world and meaning it. And secondly, I felt empathy for the wife who had an asshole as a husband. So I inboxed the wife, told her everything, and I didn't mention my girlfriend's name, even after the wife begged for it. I just implicated her husband and made sure no other names were mentioned. I explicitly asked the wife not to implicate me as I don't want to look like the bad guy here, and she said sure. So this all happened the same night my girlfriend told me about meeting her ex, and I could have sworn we were done with the relationship because she actually broke up with me herself. The next morning, I woke up to her text saying she's on her way to come see me and that she feels really bad and she loves me. We stay a little far apart, so she took a 3-hour train to my city and we spent the weekend. At this point, it felt like a romantic movie where the couple is seemingly happy, but one of them knows he or she fucked up and did something that will cost the relationship, and it's a matter of time till the truth comes out. Am I the a-hole? Oof.
Who isn't the a-hole? I'm so confused.
I don't think the poster is an a-hole.
No, I mean, I get
Although, I don't think that the poster is an a-hole, but the only thing that I didn't like in his post was that it didn't like, you know, like you're not gonna like you're gonna go for this guy over me who like treats you
the world and
like that doesn't obligate somebody to be in love with
yeah.
you.
I put the friendship points in. Why won't the sex come out?
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I do think like the wife kind of had the right to know. So
yeah, absolutely. I don't that kind of bugged me, but I don't think this poster is the a-hole.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't think the wife's the a-hole, but the other two are definitely a-holes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that sucks.
That's a mess.
Yeah.
That's a real mess.
Oh my God. That's just fucking terrible. Like, this guy, like, I don't understand why he stayed with her all this time though. Like, I shouldn't say that because I don't know anything about this guy, but like, if my husband, when we were dating, couldn't stop talking about what a bitch his ex-girlfriend was and was constantly talking about her and like, talking about how he wanted to get back at her or whatever, I'd be like, okay, dude, you're way too hung up on her still.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah. So I don't, oh God, I do not get that. It's, how long did they stay together? Yeah, I want to go back and look at a few things here. Okay. He didn't say their ages. I would really like to know how old they are. But so recently, okay, so they haven't been together for very long. And they also just both told each other they love each other for the first time. I mean, not everybody takes a year like I do.
I'm definitely taking my time on that.
Yeah.
No rush.
But, yeah, so they haven't been together for very long, clearly. Yeah, I don't know why this guy should have gotten out. Yes, Wild Marjoram has a good point. Withholding in the name was a crap move. I agree. Yeah, he shouldn't protect her.
Yeah.
And he's letting her have power over the wife with that. You know what I mean? Like, he's giving a power imbalance. He's creating a power imbalance there towards his girlfriend, in his girlfriend's favor, which isn't good. But yeah, it's good that it happened early. But God, I hope. Yeah, it's bad to make people guess drama. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Mhm.
I can attest to that, as it just happened to me like whole year. I was left guessing on stuff for an entire year and just found out the truth a year later. And it's fucking great. Yeah, it's a bad feeling. But oh yeah. So Jazzy, we were doing something for a while where we would end the show with bad personal ads. But that's what Wild Marjoram is asking about right now. Are you ending these with bad personal ads? I plan to go back to doing those. I just haven't had time lately, so I haven't been doing them as much. I've just been having some health issues lately, and so I haven't had a lot of time. But I do plan on getting back to closing out the show with bad personal ads, because those are so much fun.
I love that idea. That sounds like a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, let's revisit. Actually, this guy was such a gem that I kept him in the overlays just because I couldn't bear to delete him. So I'm just going to bring him up again since you weren't here for it. Girls who masturbate. The clitoris is not meant for self-pleasure. It's meant for creating a child, you morons. Do you know why you feel like garbage after you masturbate? That's because your clitoris is sending bad chemicals to your brain. By touching yourself, you are killing your body. That's the devil's doorbell. And if you keep pressing it, soon enough he will answer.
Devil's doorbell is a great name for the clitoris. I'm just going to throw it out there.
I decided that was my band name. The Devil's Doorbell is my next band name for sure.
Oh my God.
while Marjoram said children of the clit.
I personally have not been wondering why I feel like garbage after I orgasm. Is that something he's personally experiencing? Because maybe he needs to see someone about that.
Oh my god, it's great. It's fascinating how much he knows about where babies come from too.
Yeah. You know how the clit is involved. It's just science.
God. Yeah, that guy is such a gem. He's a gem. You know, everybody has some redeeming quality. This guy's redeeming quality is that he's fun to laugh at.
You gotta have jesters.
Yeah. You know, like Fatima said, everyone is special.
Exactly.
Even Trudy.
Everybody's got their place.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
It might be a baby.
Somewhere.
Oh, man. Yeah. If I'm ever in another band, though, I'm definitely going to name it Devil's Doorbell for sure.
That's just a great band name.
I know. Oh, my God. All right. I think that's a good place to wrap it up for tonight. If you are following our From podcast on the audio platform, we had a little glitch. The file got corrupted when we tried to publish it, so it's just going to be out a little bit later than usual. So this Friday's episode will go up. It should go up tomorrow. So very sorry about that. It happens every once in a while, but I just so I have to re-edit it and everything. It's all that fun stuff. But join us on Friday on our YouTube channel for a live chat. We're talking about season 1, episode 4 of From. I'm really excited to talk about this episode because things like a lot of interesting stuff kind of
big things coming.
Yeah, for sure. So join us for the live chat if you're watching, if you're a fan of From, and and we always like to toss around theories on that too because it's just a great it's a great show to just endlessly theorize about. And I am going to stick to. I think I'm sticking to my guns on the Book of Enoch being involved somehow. Like, it just has to be. I'm going to be pissed if it doesn't. It's not. But anyway, so we're live every Monday for A Whole Queens on the channel, and then every Friday for our From live chats. What are we calling it? Fromily Friday. Yeah.
Fromily Friday.
Fromily Friday.
Come join the Fromily.
Yes. All right. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, guys. We appreciate you spending the past hour with us, and we will see y'all soon. Bye.
Have a good one. Night, Kelly.